It's better than a 12. I'm going to tie it on 10 for the camera. So we're going to start off just black tying thread. So where does this fly work? Well, it works works everywhere, to be fair, but it's a brown trout fly really. So you're taught on wild waters, hillocks, etc. However, that tail and the olive colour combination really works well on reservoirs as well. So I've got all my stuff to tie it here. And one of the good things with this fly is I use up the feather of the jungle cock that tends to get thrown away, but looks great on this fly. So I've got here Glow Bright number 8, and I've taken about a foot, 6 inches, 3 inches, inch and a half, oh, and a little bit shorter than that. I could actually do another couple of strands. You want to fold it out about 4 or 5 times to get the thickness that you want. That's about right here. There we go. So I'll cut that floss off at the front, secure that in, right down onto the bend of the hook. Like I say with this fly, there's a lot less faffing or palmering, and it uses up the materials of the jungle cock that you wouldn't use. So the tail length's the same length as the body, or at least the body that I've got the black thread on. Come in with your Velcro and splay these fibres, they'll bind better like that, as you can see. Cut him at an angle and back down the body. So next up I've got one of my favourite dubbins, Stickle Dub Natural. You can use an olive in this, I just like this colour on it. It suits the hues of the fly, if that makes sense. So quite a decent dubbing rope, not thin, not thick. And then you'll notice I've not got a rib on this. Doesn't need it. Stopping a little bit. So if you're tying a nymph where the thorax would be, and then whip finish there. I'll then pull some of the fibre out, give it a bit of heft. There we go. So next up, oh, one of my mates dyed this for me. This is a hen. But it's just such a good feather. It's a hen grizzle. My mate Phil Varney sorted this out for me. Thank you, Phil. And it is an absolute topper. So I want what you would say was an oversized feather for the actual tying of the fly. So wider than the hook gate by some margin, because it's got to get cloaked back. Secure him in with your scissors, take away that nub end, and then if I can find my hackle pliers. If there's one thing I'm guaranteed to lose, it's my hackle pliers. So in on the tips and stroke the soft hen back so that every wrap has got to be in front of each other. You see that's cloaking the fly already, which is kind of what a blooch does, but this isn't a blooch. There's 3. I've probably got 4, maybe 5 wraps of this. Make sure it's facing back the way, Stevie. And then secure. Take that fibre off and then just tidy up. Pull everything back so it's out of the way. Create a wee taper here. Look at that, beautiful. Right, so I mentioned this stuff. So that's the feathers of the jungle cock that never usually get used. However, It's because the base of the feather is really thick, but we only really want the tip of this, so I'm going to pick a feather that suits. He looks good. Now, I'll show you what I mean. The base of the feather is really thick, like really thick. But we didn't need that. We only got to get a couple of turns, so we've got to tie it up a little bit further up the hook shank. So, about here. And then I can snip all that off. Again, create my taper. You can actually break that off, I just prefer to snip it off. Come down here and just park your thread. Park your thread, secure it. So once again, this gives a really good contrast to the fly as well. Stroke the fibres back, like so. And you'll get about 3, possibly 4 turns. That's 2. Stroke the fibres back. 3. On my 4th, I'm going to secure it. I think so. Give me your scissors. And because it's got that white in the centre of the feather, it really sticks out in peaty water. Stroke everything back, create a nice neat head. It's probably longer than I wanted, but you see what I mean. Come in, quick finish, and to finish the fly off, that's looking nice. Nice fly. Finish the fly off. Have I got varnish? Yeah. A little bit of varnish. Just on the head there. Just tidy him up. And there he is. What do we got to call that? And stick it up with the fly. But there you go. Just a great pattern to have in your box. And that little bit of white seems to go a really long way on the fly. Maybe do that tail down a little bit. But yeah, there you go. I really hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please, as per usual, God, I'm blind. Yeah, if you like that, please be kind enough to subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.